along with 2 Filipino cohorts. The arrest underscores the AFP's commitment to safeguarding national security. This operation, conducted with the National Bureau of Investigation, highlights our proactive stance in addressing threats to the country's safety and sovereignty. As part of our efforts to strengthen the comprehensive archipelagic defense concept, the AFP continues to review and reorganize our structure to enhance our capabilities. This includes the activation of the AFP Intelligence Command to improve intelligence operations and the reorganization of the AFP Cyber Command to address emerging threats in the cyber domain. These initiatives ensure the AFP's readiness to confront modern security challenges effectively. Using advanced technologies like drones and ISR systems, combined with strong public cooperation, the AFP continues to protect critical areas. Stricter protocols in camps and vital installations further ensure security, aligned with the General Security of Military Information Agreement, or the GSOMIA. We call on all Filipinos to remain vigilant and actively participate in ensuring our nation's security. The AFP remains steadfast in our mission to adapt to the demands of the times, defend the country against modern threats, and secure the sovereignty and stability of the Philippines. On internal security operations, on January 11, joint troops from the 14th and 93rd Infantry Battalions of the 8th Infantry Division discovered an arms cache in Barangay Mahilum, Hindang in Leyte. The cache included an M60 machine gun, an M16 rifle, and an M14 rifle, delivering another blow to the communist terrorist group in Eastern Visayas. This success highlights the Army's effective programs encouraging CTG surrenders and weakening their operations. On January 18, 20 loose firearms were voluntarily surrendered by residents of Talisay, Maguindanao del Norte to the 1st Mechanized Battalion. This success was due to the intensified campaign against loose firearms through the Small Arms and Light Weapons, or the SALW Management Program. The surrendered weapons included sniper rifles, M14 and Garand rifles, grenade launchers, pistols, and various ammunition. Meanwhile, the following are the total enemy neutralized and firearms seized from 01 to 16 January 2025. A total of 45 communist terrorist group members and supporters were neutralized, from which 39 surrendered, 5 were apprehended, and 1 killed in military operations. A total of 42 firearms and 10 anti-personnel mines were either seized or surrendered, and 6 encampments were seized. In the same period, 1 high-powered firearm and 2 encampments from local terrorist groups were seized, while there is no record of any neutralized member. On territorial defense operations, or the West Philippine Sea, the AFP and the US Indo-PACOM completed the first maritime cooperative activity of 2025 in the West Philippine Sea on January 17 to 18, featuring naval and air assets from both nations. Exercises included communication drills, division tactics, and dissimilar aircraft combat training, enhancing interoperability and maritime cooperation. The AFP Chief of Staff, General Romeo S. Browner Jr., emphasized the importance of the MCA in strengthening defense ties and preparing for shared challenges. He said that the activity reflects our mutual commitment to safeguard national interests and ensure a peaceful Indo-Pacific region.
Chinese spy sa dalawang Pilipino cohort na ito. Nabanggit dun sa statement na pinagana ng AFP yung Intelligence Command and reorganization ng AFP Cyber Command. Para lang po malinawan yung ating mga kababayan, kasi ang tanong, bakit ngayon lang daw po ito sinabi kung kailan meron daw pong nahuli na mga nangi-espiya? Para lang po malinaw, ma'am.
Yun pong pag-create natin ng units was already announced way beforehand, prior to the incident. No? If you look at all of this is happening, we have to take a step back, look at the bigger picture and connect the dots. And with this, we have been shifting, ito na yung na-announce namin prior, no, from internal security operations to territorial defense. So when we say we're shifting to territorial defense, we're not just looking at an outside entity coming to us with their ships and their tanks and their aircrafts, but also looking at our internal threats that we are facing. No? So with that, we have been yung units natin, no, nag-adjust din tayo sa contemporary new challenges and with the shift from ISO to TDO. So nag-create tayo ng units na the Intelligence Command, and also we have elevated yung status from a cyber group to a cyber command to marry siloed approaches of cyber from different branches of service in the AFP into one umbrella unit. So kung makita niyo po, yung kung ano po yung present challenges natin, nag-a-adjust tayo dyan accordingly. And all of these things, hindi naman natin kailangang i-announce as these are operational matters that we actually conduct. But it shows, and it shows na yung AFP natin, gumagana po yung mechanisms natin in place with us being able to detect these activities and being able to deter them accordingly as well.
Thank you. Yes, I was not
May
answered.
follow-up lang po.
Yes,
One
please,
follow-up lang po.
follow-up.
Colonel, yung po doon sa reorganization ng AFP Cyber Command, ano pong specific na i-reorganize doon?
Basically, we have upgraded our cyber group to a cyber command. So, tinignan natin, dati kasi siloed yung approaches, no? Meron tayong cyber battalions from the Air Force, the Army, and then we also have cyber units from the Navy. So, these siloed approaches, we have to have an umbrella unit to marry all of these efforts together and look at how these activities in the cyber domain operates in the bigger picture of things.
Thank you very much, Aniatica. Yes, Late Kapagani from Daily Tribune.
Ma'am, follow-up lang po doon sa enhancement and reorganization ng Cyber Command. Yung recruitment po ba ng cyber battalion natin, masisecure po ba natin na hindi tayo mapapasukan ng spy from the adversaries?
For any of our recruitment in the Armed Forces of the Philippines, kanina nga nag-announce ang ating newly minted Captain of the Navy that we are recruiting. Kasama talaga sa SOPs natin yan that we conduct background checks to all of our applicants para ma-determine natin yung circumstances behind any individual that will join the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Ma'am, follow-up lang po, ma'am. Kamusta po yung cyber wall ng cyber wall natin despite
Are you talking about the firewall that is being established by the
AFP?
AFP? Yes, please.
Basically, cyber has no borders. There's no, wala, hindi mo masabi na ito cyber domain ng Philippines, ito cyber domain ng AFP. So, ang ginagawa natin dyan is kailangan nating i-educate ang bawat Pilipino. Cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility, no? Because collectively, pag lahat po tayo, pati ang bawat mamamayang Pilipino ay mapanuri sa cyber domain, collectively we are forming that barrier of cyber defense. In terms of technology, kung yun yung question mo, no, it's part of the modernization efforts of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So, ang focus natin with our modernization efforts is strengthen our maritime assets, aerial assets, and cybersecurity. So, nakita nga natin dyan, na-report naman natin, even in your previous press cons, that we have really good detection and we are also able to deter these attacks that we encounter on a daily basis.
Thank you very much. My first call from Kyoto News.
I wish to ask regarding the spy case which was announced yesterday to you. Yesterday, AFP chief Browner told us that there was also spy case last year. And can you explain the Chinese nationals which was arrested, which was caught last year, was deported back to China without prosecution. Why it happens? I think that the Chinese nationals, which was caught this time, will be prosecuted according to Secretary Lemuria. What's the difference? Why it happens?
So these are unauthorized foreign intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance activities. And we look at this from the side of the Armed Forces of the Philippines on the lens of national security implications. With this is not an AFP acting alone, but we have also our partners from the government agencies where others have the discretion and the role of law enforcement activities. So we defer to them in terms of law enforcement and how these incidents are handled in terms of the case. But in terms of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we are doing due diligence in detecting the presence of these forces and, of course, deterring anything else that they would be doing in the future.
Yes, and follow-up from Dr. William.
So does it mean that at the point of deportation, you were not aware that this Chinese national caught last year was a spy?
As I said, thorough investigation was conducted by different agencies in this case as well.
Just a clarification in their posted question. Are you referring to a different person that was caught last year and what recently caught national? These are two different people, two different Chinese nationals that were on a similar situation that they were caught having this particular equipment. Are we on the same page? So your question is why were they not deported? I think there, as made mentioned and answered by the AP spokesperson, it is very clear that there are other agencies playing at hand and playing their respective roles. The Armed Forces has been doing its role and is in coordination with other government agencies.
And at this point also as well, sir, the present case is still undergoing investigations. We'll see how it will ensue in the coming days.
Thank you very much. Sir, we'll be asking first.
Command as we speak now, and how do you plan to beef it up in the coming months in terms of staffing as well as capabilities?
As I said, no, this is a focus of our modernization efforts as well. When we say modernization, it just not merely involves the equipage, but also the manning requirements. So as we make our cybersecurity posture more robust, we will be also hiring more skilled personnel in terms of cyber operations.
In its parang full capacity, how many people are you envisioning to be part of this command? What will be the highest level officer who will be overseeing this command, and what will be the key priorities in terms of our security needs and threats that need to be focused on?
So meron to, no, when we created this organization, meron siyang TO accordingly. So meron tayong pre-propose but hindi pa siya fully approved ng DND, so hindi pa po natin siya ngayon ma-announce. But it will be able to cater to all of the cybersecurity needs for the whole Armed Forces of the Philippines. And this is an umbrella unit, no? So hindi pa rin natin i-undermine yung efforts ng different branches of service. So dati kasi siloed yung approach nito, but now we'll marry all of these efforts together. So we'll have ample amount of personnel. And over and above that, since cybersecurity is the responsibility of everyone, each member of the Armed Forces of the Philippines will also be equipped with the right knowledge in terms of cybersecurity.
Just in terms of milestones, you've announced this previously, the creation of the Cyber Command, but in terms of intensity, parang how would you describe the level of priority and focus that the AFP is giving on this at the moment, given the threats that we're facing compared to in the past?
So even in our command conference that was recently held, this was highlighted by none other by our Commander-in-Chief, our President, stating that we really need to focus on our cyber efforts, cyber operations, not just in the AFP, but also, reaching out to other agencies and other organizations outside as well. So kung titingnan kasi natin dyan, cyber, yung buo kasi operations nito, this is an information system altogether, no? So kasama na dito yung tao, kasama dito yung hardware, yung software, the network that comes, and networks natin is telcos, so these are civilian organizations, so we really need to reach out to them. So nakita natin yung ganun yung focus, and over and above that, within the AFP, we are continuously conducting cyber hygiene trainings, part yan, no, ng regular training that we conduct all throughout the year.
Thank you very much, from Reuters. We'll be calling from Mark.
Since may mga nakitang pictures ng camp doon sa equipment nung Chinese spy, has this incident exposed any vulnerabilities in military or national security operations? If yes, ma'am, what kind of intelligence or sensitive information is believed to be compromised?
Sa ngayon, what we saw with the equipment that they have, these are high precision topographic mapping and 3D modeling of military installations and critical infrastructures. So kasama nga dito yung camps natin, even yung mga malls, no? So as of this time, we could not yet speculate as to how everything connects together, but as I said, we are looking at the bigger picture now and trying to connect the dots. As the investigation ensues, we'll keep you posted on kung ano yung magiging findings nito later on. But of course, for the side of the AFP, we consider this as an issue of concern, considering that critical infrastructures and of course, even our military camps and our PNP camps are part of this. So this is national security concern and we're really looking intently on this.
Ang pangamba kasi ng mga tao, baka mamaya mas marami pa raw yung mga Chinese spy. So, can the AFP provide assurance to the public that national security remains uncompromised?
The AFP, as we can assure the public, is doing everything in our power to uncover all of these things, no? Sa kaya nga tayo may mga intelligence command now that are really constantly working to look at everything that will address national security concerns. So while we do not want to create unnecessary panic sa ating mga kababayan, ang aming panawagan pa rin ay maging mapanuri po tayo, no, at magtulungan tayo. So ang panawagan po ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, kapag ka po ang ating mga kababayan ay may nakikita pong kahina-hinala saan man, no, na parte ng ating bansa, maging sa ating dagat, no, yung ating mga mangingisda at ating pati din po ang ating mga kababayan na rin na makipagtulungan po din sa Armed Forces of the Philippines para dito.
Ma'am, last question on my part. Ma'am, na-identify na yung relationship ng dalawang Chinese. Yung isa yung nahuli nung December and nitong nahuli ng January. May kaugnayan ba silang dalawa?
Sa ngayon, wala pa tayong reports that this are connected. But as I said, we want to take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and connect the dots.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before that, let's have from Teleradyo. And then after that,
Bakit umabot ng ilang taon bago nalaman na merong ganong activity dito sa Pilipinas, yung totoong individual po?
What we can assure the public is that our intelligence gathering are in place. So, nakita natin to and hindi na natin hinayaan na lumaki pa itong scope ng activities niya. And that yung the mere fact that we are able to determine na may mga ganitong activities, no? Lahat naman po, hindi naman, lalo na intelligence, we do not disclose all operational details what we're doing. But we want to assure the public that our systems are in place and we are not parang hindi kami nagpapabaya sa aming trabaho, lalo na sa national security concerns.
Ma'am, do you find
before that, I could add up, as I mentioned during the press con of Attorney Lontok, regarding that particular question, if nagtagal na ba dito yung certain individual. As made mention during the press con yesterday, these kind of people are actually skilled on being embedding or being together with the common populace. So madali talaga silang makapag fuse in sa ating mga community as we do not discriminate all other with visitors coming in, especially those without actions or sabihin natin na may mga intentional actions. And they're being caught up and being monitored by our armed forces because of these mga actions that is not already normal from an ordinary citizen. And that's why the reason kung bakit po humingi po tayo ng tulong sa ating mamayan kung ano may mga kahinahinala, anything that can be reported. And this has caused or resulted to all apprehensions from any criminal activities from different groups. Pag may nakita po tayong isang condo unit, may-ari po kayo, and then bigla pong may kahinahinala yung occupant doon, regardless if they're foreign national or what. Pag pinagbigay alam po natin sa mga kapulisan, na-actionan po agad natin. Ang punto lang dito is makialam po tayo at magkaroon tayo ng responsibilidad para sa ating bansa. Yun na po yun. To add up to that question.
Yes, sir. Sir, having said that, na madaling humalo sa mga common people itong mga gantong individuals, do you find it alarming or challenging on the part of the AFP po para i-monitor yung gantong mga klaseng activities po na ginagawa nila nakakapasok pa sa intelligence ng bansa po?
This is part of the challenges of the job. And so that's where we see the effectiveness of our intelligence operatives. For this this particular individual, he was already here in the Philippines for a period of around over 10 years, married to a Filipina. So, yung mga ganyan talaga will really pose a challenge. But ang importanteng manote dito is that our intelligence operatives are able to do their job accordingly and na-detect nga natin ito.
Pero alarming po ba to? Sa tingin po ninyo, alarming siya?
Lahat po ng concerning national security is a cause for concern for the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and aaksyonan po natin yan.
Okay po.
Thank you, Alex from CNA.
Ma'am Buena Bernos of this Chinese spy came into the radar of the Philippine Navy. Did the U.S. help with the interception? Can you describe our capabilities in terms of intercepting these types of equipments? And did the U.S. Air concern GSOMIA-wise over these activities?
We cannot discuss operational matters, especially in detail, and especially these are intelligence matters. But what we can state for you is that our systems are in place and it's working, and we have also heightened our alliances and strengthened our alliances with like-minded nations to include different domains of operations, to include cyber operations as well.
Ma'am, can you enumerate for us for the soundbite the facilities that were mapped and what possible military uses of such mapping? Because China, assuming this was a state action, would be smart enough not to use it for kinetic warfare. So what possible uses are these data for? And attached to that, what are the risks of cohabitating military facilities with commercial establishments, like for example in the BCDA? Is this aligned with GSOMIA?
Beginning December of 2024, the said Chinese national directed trips for over a month in the Luzon mainland, and they utilized their equipment to map and survey critical infrastructures and strategic areas to include military installations, ports, malls, communications grids, energy grid, and major seaports and airports covering major routes, the northernmost point of Luzon down to the Bicol region. Our intelligence operatives also noted that this Chinese national achieved this through a network of financiers, technical experts, which are also Chinese nationals, and support personnel accordingly. And notably, he has been in the Philippines for over 10 years. As I said, he is married to a Filipina and has been able to establish businesses here in the Philippines. The same businesses are also being used as fronts to receive large amounts of funds to enable his illicit activities. But in terms of the AFP, we are closely working with the NBI and other experts to conduct further investigations into these operations, and we are ensuring that the territorial integrity of the national security of the country is intact.